Hi students, in the last class we discussed probability and introduction to probability, basic concepts of probability. I hope all of you remember all such things. Yes. Yeah, basics of probability, what is random experiment, what's meant by sample space, events. So all these things we discussed in the last session. I hope all of you remember these things. Yes. Probability. Probability, favorable chances by total number of chances, n of e by n of s. And sample space, the set of all possible outcomes of an experiment is called a sample space. And we have different events. We have tossing a coin, throwing a dice. Yeah, event is nothing but subset of our sample space. Yeah, students, can you hear me? I hope all of you can hear me and watching the screen also. And if you have any problem, you text me. Yes. P of E is equals to N of E by N of S, and the probability of an event lies between 0 and 1. 0 less than or equals to P of E is less than or equals to 1. And probability is minimum. It should be minimum for then that event is called impossible event. And there is some event, it always happens in every activity, every time it happens. So it's a certain event and it is getting max probability 1. And we discussed different types of events, complementary event. So getting an even number, if that event is called E, then complementary event is E power C. Even number రావటం E అయితే complementary event అంటే E power C, or you can say it as E bar. And equally likely events. Equally likely events means probability of both should be same. If there are two events like X and Y, the probability of happening X is same as the probability of happening Y, then X and Y are called equally likely events. Okay. And you also have some events like independent events and collective exhaustive events. And we discussed additional theorem and odds in favor, odds against. And I think we solved this question also. Example question, what is the probability of getting 53 Sundays in a leap year? And this is the previous gate question. A number is selected randomly for from 100 natural numbers, 1 to 100. The probability of the selected number is divisible by 2 or 5. Yes, this one also we solved this. And this example also we did, husband and wife. Okay, students. Now let us take the next example. Yeah. Now look at this. The probability of husband telling truth is 0.9 and the probability of wife telling truth is 0.01. What is the probability that both will give contradict opinion narrating on same scene? Yes, they are discussing and they are narrating some story or some scene, some situation, something like that. So what is the probability that they will give contradict? They will give contradict. Contradict in the sense, if wife says truth, then husband lie, right? And if husband says truth, then wife will say some lie, right? Contradiction రావాలి. Husband truth చెప్తే wife lies చెప్పడం అలా. So what do you say that? So first let us take the initial information. The probability of husband telling truth is zero point 0.9 given information, and the probability of wife telling truth is zero point zero 0.01, and the probability of husband telling lie, that means H bar, is 1 minus zero point 0.1, that will be zero point 0.9, that will be zero point 0.1. And the wife is the probability of W bar is equals to 1 minus zero point zero 0.01. So it should be 0.99. Okay, now my question is the probability of getting contradict. They should contradict to each other. Yes. So then possibilities are like this. If husband says truth, then wife says false. If husband says false, then wife says truth. Then only the contradiction will come. Okay, sir, let us say something like this. The probability of husband saying truth into the probability of wife not saying truth. Or another case is, and the probability of husband saying false and the probability of wife saying truth. So in that case, what do you get? So here 0.01 into husband means I have to take this part first. Yes. Okay. Yes. P of H is 0.9. P of H is 0.9 and this one is 0.99 plus H bar. Husband says false is 0.1 into wife is 0.01. Then for this answer will be 9 into 99, 81. 81 plus 8, 89, 891 I think. Plus, and this part is just 0.001. 0.001 like. So the result will be 0.89. 8911 you can take or simply 1 or simply 0.89. After decimal, just 2 digits is enough. 0.89 will be the answer. Okay, that's okay, students. Now I want to ask another question from the same data. I am expecting answer from you people. My question is, here in this question, I solved that the probability of both husband and wife getting contradiction. But now my question is the probability of getting no contradiction. The husband and wife both should be same. No contradiction. Can you give the answer that? Give me your answer. No contradiction. That means the opinion of both husband and wife will be same on narrating some same scene. What's your answer? Post your answer. Can I check your answers? Point 108. Praveen, Kirti, Meghana given correct answer. Okay, 0.108. Okay, that's fine. So, sir, it is 0.108. Okay, that's okay, fine. Okay, next, students, next I have a cards problems. Before going to the cards question, I want to give some idea about cards. Okay, if you have good idea about cards, playing cards, then you can easily solve this question. Okay. Okay, I will utilize this place. So we have playing cards and cards total number 52. Total there are 52 cards are available in a pack of cards, and there are two colors in our cards, and one is red color, red cards of 26 and the black cards of 26 playing cards. Red cards of 26 and black cards of 26, and in red cards we have two suits. What are they? Yes, diamond, something like this, diamond symbol. Diamonds and hearts, diamonds of 13. Number is very important. When I am doing probability or permutation, whatever you say, how many are there? That counting is the basic principle is counting here. Hearts, 13 hearts, 13 cards, like this. And in black color, I have two more suits. They are spades of 13 and the clubs of 13. Okay, spade symbol, something like this, some leaf, and clubs are like this. Okay, sir. Diamond, hearts, spades, clubs, we have what you call four different suits. So what is meant by a suit? Suit is nothing but set of cards. So how the suit 13 cards I will write. So the suit cards are like number 2, 3, 4. I am writing number cards first. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and J, Q, K, and R's. Yes, we can call it as Ace, AC. In this Ace, you can use this card as the 14th card or first card, right? Okay, but here numbers are very important. Sir, diamonds. In this diamond symbol, these 13 cards are available, and in your hearts also, these 13 cards are available, and spades also, same 13 cards are available. In clubs also same 13 cards are available. Total 413s are 52 cards. Okay, sir. When the question is about pack of cards, usually they ask about pack of cards only. Let us analyze pack of cards. సో సూట్ లో ఎన్ని కార్డ్స్ ఉన్నాయని అడగరు కదా. నేను ఒక కార్డు డ్రా చేస్తే అది డైమండ్ రావడానికి ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఎంత, అలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటాయి యూజువల్ గా. ఓకే, అలాగే చేద్దాం మనం ఇప్పుడు. వి వాంట్ టు టేక్ నెంబర్ కార్డ్స్. సార్, వెన్ వి వాంట్ టు టేక్ నెంబర్ కార్డ్స్, the total number cards are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here you have 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 number cards. 9 cards are available in all 4 suits. So 9 into 4, 9 fours are 36 cards available in a pack. After number cards, we have some cards. We have some cards like English cards, J, Queen, King, As. These are called English cards, and we can also call them as honor cards. Honor cards. Honor cards are like J, Q, K, S. That is 4 cards in each suit. 4 fours are 16 cards. Next, coming to the face cards. In some materials, in some books, they says that honor cards and face cards both are same, but that's not correct. Face cards means the picture appears only J, jockey, queen, and king. These are the what you called face cards. On yes, you don't have any picture. ఏస్ కార్డ్ మనం ఆస్ అంటాం కదా, ఆస్ కార్డు మీద ఏముండదు, పిక్చర్ ఏముండదు. సో ఫేస్ కనిపించేటటువంటి పిక్చర్ కనిపించే కార్డ్స్ 3నే. సో 3 in each suit, 3 into 4, 3 fours, 12 cards are available. Okay, finally the number is very important, my dear students. Here yes, let us see this. The number cards are 36, honor cards are 16, and face cards are 12. Total cards 52, red cards of 26, black 26, and each suit 13. Okay, keep this knowledge, keep these things in your mind. And now let's move to the next example in our probability. So let's see some cards question. Yeah, see this question. A card is drawn randomly from a pack of 52 cards. The probability that the selected card is a spade or face card. So the selected card is, it may be spade or it may be face card. So I want to take the first event. The probability of A is probability of getting spade. So we already mentioned that there are spades of 13 by 52. Can I explain something more here? Sir, when you want to take a card, there are 52 chances. 52 cards lo meeku ఏ కార్డ్ అయినా రావచ్చు. Total number of chances 52. అందులో వచ్చే కార్డ్ మీకు స్పేడే అవ్వాలంటే విన్నింగ్ ఛాన్సెస్ 13 out of 52. So 13 by 52, something like 1 by 4. And the probability of B, second event, is face card. Okay, face card. So there are 3 fours, 12. 12 face cards are available, 12 by 52. Sir, the question is, it may be spade or face. So apply addition theorem. A union B. P of A union B. P of probability of A union B. Either probability of happening an event A or B or both. Minus P of A intersection B. ఆల్రెడీ ఏ ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ బిని ఏలోనో కౌంట్ చేసి ఉంటారు కాబట్టి మళ్ళీ సబ్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తాం. 2 టైమ్స్ కౌంట్ చేయకూడదు కదా. ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ స్పేడ్ ఈజ్ 13/52. ఇక్కడ మీరు చెప్పే 13 కార్డ్స్ లో ఆల్రెడీ స్పేడ్ కింగ్, స్పేడ్ 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 జాకీ, స్పేడ్ క్వీన్ అండ్ స్పేడ్ ఏస్ అన్ని వచ్చి ఉంటాయి. ఆ 4 కార్డ్స్ ని మళ్ళీ రిమూవ్ చేయాలి కదా, రైట్? ప్లస్ ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ ఫేస్ కార్డ్ ఈస్ 12/52. నౌ కామన్ ఇస్, సో వాట్ ఆర్ దట్? అవి ఫేస్ కార్డ్స్ అయి ఉండాలి, అట్లాగే స్పేడ్స్ అయి ఉండాలి. ఐ థింక్ త్రీ కార్డ్స్ ఆర్ కామన్. ఎస్, త్రీ కార్డ్స్. ఏస్ రాదు కదా, ఏస్ ఫేస్ కార్డ్స్ లో రాదు. సో 3/52, ఏ ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ బి. So that is the reason I just kept 52 like this. So finally you get the answer. So 25 minus 3, 22/52, that is 11/26. Okay, students, I hope you understood this. Now see this question. Two dice are rolled. The probability that an even number follows an odd number. An even number follows odd number. అంటే ఏది ఫస్ట్ వస్తుంది, ఏది నెక్స్ట్ వస్తుంది? An even number, the probability of getting an even number which follows an odd number. అంటే here it should be which follows an odd number. So first odd number పడాలి, ఇలా పడాలి. Probability of getting an odd number first. After odd number, next number should be even. Okay, sir, you are rolling 2 dice. When 2 dice are rolled, let us think about total number of chances. T is equals to n of s is equals to total number of chances. When 2 dice are rolled, on the first die you have 6 chances. On the second die you have 6 chances. 6 into 6, total 6 square, that is 36 chances. So denominator is over. Next I need to think about numerator. So numerator means, sir, how you need to get? First I should get odd number, then even number. So first 1 పడింది అనుకో ఫస్ట్ డైస్ మీద, సెకండ్ డై మీద మళ్ళీ 1 రాకూడదు, బట్ 2 రావచ్చు. 1, 2. After 1 you may have 4. After 1 you may get 6. This is one possibilities. So another way is first odd number. This time odd number may be 3. After 3, I will get same numbers like 3, 2, 3, 4, and 3, 6. Yes. Then you can take the next number. The next number is like 5, 5, 2, 5, 4, 5, 6. So odd number, even number follows odd number. First odd number, then even number. So there are total 9 winning chances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 winning chances. So the probability of getting odd number first, then even number is equals to 9 chances out of 36 total chances. 9/36, that is 1/4. So we solve the question like this, 1/4 in conceptual way. But some other student may think like that. Sir, మీరు elaborated గా అన్ని ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ చూపించారు, ఇలా కాకుండా నేను షార్ట్ కట్ లో డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇలా చేద్దాం సార్ అంటాడు స్టూడెంట్. Yes, you can think in that manner also. Directly probability of getting an odd number. The probability of getting an odd number possibilities are first 3 by 6. Next into the probability of getting an even number, because these two are independent events. P of A intersection B is equals to P of A into P of B. You can take like that. Because first odd number, the second number should be even number. Second even number పడ్డానికి ఫస్ట్ ఆడ్ నెంబర్ ఏమి దాన్ని ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ చేయదు. ఒక డై విసిరితే ఈవెన్ నెంబర్ పడ్డానికి ప్రాబబిలిటీ 3/6. దట్ సైడ్ ఇది ఫస్ట్ డైస్, ఇది సెకండ్ డైస్ అంతే. సో 3/6, 3/6, that is 1/2 into 1/2. Simply answer is 1/4. Yes, my dear students, your argument is correct. In that manner also you can solve. Now let us see another example. మీరు ఏమన్నా ప్యారలల్ గా నోట్ చేసుకుంటున్నారా? You can simply take a screenshot or you can take some rough work, and after the completion of the class I can send the complete notes also. But when I am teaching the class, if you are taking some little things, then that increase your confidence. Just మీరు ఐడియల్ గా వింటున్న దానికిను వింటూ చూస్తూ నోట్ చేసుకున్న దానికి డిఫరెన్స్ ఉంటుంది. Okay, anyway, how much effort you can put in online class, put from your side. From my side, no problem at all. I can give the lecture at any cost in dedicated manner, no problem at all. If you also have the same intention, either it is online or offline, you can learn the things. It's possible. I hope everyone watching the next question, my dear students. 2 dice are rolled. The probability that the second toss results in a value higher than first toss. ఫస్ట్ టైం టాస్ చేశారు, ఫస్ట్ టైం డైస్ ని రోల్ చేశారు, ఒక నెంబర్ పడింది. సెకండ్ టైం మీరు టాస్ చేసిన డైని రోల్ చేసిన ఆ సెకండ్ టైం నెంబర్ ఎక్కువ పడాలి. ఓకే ఓకే సార్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ మే బి ద క్వశ్చన్, ఐ వాంట్ టు డిసైడ్ ద denominator, sir. First, the denominator t is equals to total number of chances, n of s is equals to number of elements in sample space. When 2 dice are rolled, 6 into 6, 6 square, there are 36 chances. If you decide the denominator, you can eliminate some options in exam. Yes, sir, t is equals to n of s is equals to 6 square, that is 36. And after this, now we want to go for what you call favorable chances. Sir, let us take like this. On the first die, you got number 1. ఫస్ట్ డైలో 1 పడితే ఇంకా నెక్స్ట్ డైలో 1 కాకుండా ఏది పడినా విన్ అవుతారు కదా మీరు. సో యూ మే గెట్ 1-2, 1-3, 1-4, 1-5, 1-6, like this. So if you got 5-1, then there are 5 chances. If you got 2, ఫస్ట్ డై మీద మీకు 2 పడితే మీకు ఎన్ని ఛాన్సెస్ వస్తాయి? 4 వస్తాయి. 4 ఎట్లా వస్తాయి? 2-3 పడొచ్చు, 2-4 పడొచ్చు, 2-5 పడొచ్చు, 2-6 పడొచ్చు. అంటే the value higher than the first toss. Yes. Yeah. If you got 3 here, then 3. On the first dice, if you got 4, then 2 chances. On the first dice, if you got 5, then it should be 1. And 6, then it will be 0. Then the probability of getting chances, probability of required probability of getting first number is smaller than second number. That means second number should be higher is, ఎన్ని ఛాన్సెస్ వచ్చాయి? 5 + 4 9, 9 + 3 12, 14 and 15. There are 15 winning chances out of 36 total chances. 5 by 12. Yeah, students, answer is 5 by 12. Now let's take another question, another example. Yeah, this is the question we have. I hope everyone reading the question. BCCI wants to select an Indian cricket team. It's team. Indian cricket team of 11 members from a squad of 15. 15 available. From 15, we need to take 11. So 15C11 will be the denominator. They have further decided that if MS Dhoni is selected, then Karthik cannot be selected. అంటే ధోని తీసుకుంటే ధోని ఆల్రెడీ కీపింగ్ చేస్తాడు కాబట్టి దినేష్ కార్తిక్ ని మళ్ళీ తీసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు అనుకున్నారు. And vice versa. If we want to take Karthik and Dhoni should not be selected. సో ఇన్ దిస్ సిచ్యువేషన్ అంటే ఉంటే టీంలో ధోని ఉంటాడు ఆ 11 మెంబర్స్ లో, లేకపోతే కార్తిక్ ఉంటాడు. ఇద్దరు అయితే ఉండకూడదు. ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్, what is the probability that MS Dhoni is selected in the team? Yes, this is the real life example. Real life example. What is the probability that Dhoni should be there in the team? Yes. Sir, actually, the total number of chances, there are 15 members. From 15, you want to take 11. So 15 లో 11 తీసుకుంటున్నారంటే 4 members ని రిజెక్ట్ చేస్తారు. So you can take any 11 out of 15. So the total number of chances are 15C11. But if MS Dhoni is selected, then Dinesh Karthik not selected. Right? Yes. And in the same way, in the question, you already taken Dhoni. You already taken Dhoni means one player is already selected. So remaining how many? Remaining, sir, out of 15 లో మీరు ఫస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ లో కండిషన్ ఏం చెప్పారంటే ధోని కంపల్సరీగా తీసుకోవాలన్నారు. ఇన్ యువర్ ఎవ్రీ సెలెక్షన్ ధోని ఈజ్ ఇంక్లూడెడ్, ఆల్వేస్ ఇంక్లూడెడ్ కేస్ ఇట్ ఈస్. సో అంటే ఆల్రెడీ ఒక మెంబర్ ని మీరు సెలెక్ట్ చేసేసారు అంటే అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 11 లో మీరు తీసుకోవాల్సిన 11 లో మీ మైండ్ లో ఆల్రెడీ ధోని ఉన్నాడు అంటే మీరు ఇంకా తీసుకోవాల్సింది 10 మెంబర్స్ నే. ఓకే, 10 మెంబర్స్ నే తీసుకోవాలి. సో 10 మెంబర్స్ అంటే నాకు అవైలబిలిటీ ఎంతమంది ఉంటారు? 15 మెంబర్స్ లో ధోని వచ్చేసాడు కాబట్టి రిమైనింగ్ 14 ఉంటారు. సో 14 నుంచి తీసుకోవచ్చా? 14 నుంచి తీసుకోకూడదు సార్, ఎందుకంటే కార్తిక్ ని సెలెక్ట్ చేయకూడదు. You are already selected Dhoni, then Karthik should not be selected. So you don't have the availability of 14, you have the availability of 13 only. Okay. What do you say? The probability of taking MS Dhoni, the probability of taking MS Dhoni is favorable chances by total number of chances. Total number of chances, denominator first. Any 11 members from available 15 members. Any 11 from 15, 15C11. ఏ 11 అయినా రావచ్చు, ఇద్దరు కూడా రావచ్చు, no problem at all. Total possible chances. But according to the given condition, coming to the favorable chances, sir, Dhoni must be selected. Dhoni must be selected means the selection is only 10. Only 10. Availability. Karthik should not be taken. So availability cannot be 14. Availability should be 13 only. 13C10. Is it okay, students? Everyone understood this? In our probability answer simplification calculation will be very, very easy, very, very simple. But the logical thinking is required. Okay. Okay, right, fine. Next, coming to the next question. The probability of Karthik is selected in the team. Same situation, hai kada. The probability of Karthik selected is total chances, any 11 from 15. So Karthik must be selected. Karthik always included. Dhoni is excluded. Then 13. Same answer. And next question. Both of them not selected. You should not select Karthik and you should not select Dhoni. Okay. Then what is your answer? Let's think. So in my third question, the total chances are 15C11. But I have to take 11 members in the team. 11 members in the team. C11. But the thing is, neither Karthik nor Dhoni is selected. So Dhoni ni తీసుకోకూడదు, Karthik ni తీసుకోకూడదు. అంటే 15 members లో మీరు ఆల్వేస్ ఎక్స్క్లూడెడ్ 2 ఐటమ్స్ పెట్టారు. ధోనిని సెలెక్ట్ చేయొద్దు సార్, కార్తిక్ ని సెలెక్ట్ చేయొద్దు, ఇంకా రిమైనింగ్ మీ ఇష్టం వచ్చిన వాళ్ళని తీసుకోండి, బట్ నాకు 11 మెంబర్స్ కావాలి. ఇంకా రిమైనింగ్ ఎంతమంది ఉంటారు? 15 లో ఇద్దరిని నువ్వు ఎక్స్క్లూడ్ చేసేస్తే ఇంక ఉండేది 13 కదా. From 13 you can take any 11. Okay, students. I hope all of you understood this. Now let's see another example question. This is the gate question we have. There are two boxes. Box 1 contains the numbers like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And box 2 contains the numbers like 6, 11, 16, 21, and 26. Okay, a number is taken randomly from each box and multiplied. సో బాక్స్ 1 నుంచి ఒక నెంబర్ తీసుకున్నారు, బాక్స్ 2 నుంచి ఒక నెంబర్ తీసుకొని మల్టిప్లై చేశారు. సో దెన్ వాట్ డూ యూ సే? ద ప్రొడక్ట్ షుడ్ బి ఈవెన్ నెంబర్. అసలు 2 నెంబర్స్ ప్రొడక్ట్ ఎప్పుడు ఈవెన్ అవుతుంది? ఓకే, లెట్ us టేక్ సమ్ రఫ్ వర్క్ హియర్. We want to take some numbers like 2 into 3. 2 3s are 6. Okay, fine. 2 into 4. 2 4s are 8. 3 into 5. 3 5s are 15. Okay, sir. If you take both even numbers, then your product is even. If you take one even number, one odd number, then also it is even. If both are odd numbers, then only the product is odd number. So only odd and odd results odd number. Otherwise, it should be even number. Okay, so this is the criteria we have. Now let us analyze this. Sir, first take box 1. In box 1, you have the numbers like 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. So in box 1, what's the criteria? How many odd numbers, how many even numbers I have? 3, 9, 15. Yes, there are 3 odd numbers. There are 3 odd numbers, and even numbers are 6 and 12, that is 2. Next, let us take the second box. When we take the second box, In the second box, we have the numbers like 6, 11, 16, 21, and 26. These are the numbers we have. And what about odd and even? Odd numbers are what you call 11, 21. Yes, only two odd numbers. And even numbers are 6, 16, 26. These are three. So this is box 2. This is box 2. Hello. Someone is unmuted. Can you please mute yourself? Okay, okay. Yeah, just give me a second. I will share. Okay, students, I hope everyone watching the screen now. So the probability of getting even number you are asking. So instead of taking probability of getting even number అంటే నేను టూ కేసెస్ చేయాలి. మేబీ ఈవెన్ అండ్ ఆడ్ అండ్ బోత్ ఈవెన్ అలా చేయకుండా నేను సింపుల్ గా ఇట్లా తీసుకుంటాను. ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ గెటింగ్ ఈవెన్ నెంబర్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ 1 మైనస్ ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ గెటింగ్ నాట్ ఈవెన్ నెంబర్. Not even number in the sense probability of getting odd number only. Okay, what is probability of getting an odd number? Probability of getting an odd number means there is only one chance that odd into odd results odd. Okay, so 1 minus here probability of getting a number. Let me decide the denominator first. What is denominator says? Denominator says you are taking two numbers from two boxes. In the first box, total numbers are 5. From 5, you can take any one. 5C1 chances. 5C1 or you can simply say 5. So, ikkada 5 chances. Next box lo kuda 5 chances. Next, I want to get an odd number. Getting odd number chances are 3 here and here 2. So 3, 2, 3 into 2. Or you can write 3C1 into 2C1. That is also okay. 3 into 2 like this. So 1 minus of 3 twos are 6, 6 minus 25. That will be your answer. Okay. And here you have something like 1 minus of 6 by 25, 25 minus 6, 19, 19 by 25. That will be our answer. 1 second, students. Okay, okay, students. Now try this question. Yeah. In a row, boys and girls want to sit in alternative position. The probability of this arrangement if row consists four boys and three girls. Yeah, students, try this question. Try this question and give me answer. In a row, boys and girls want to sit alternative position. The probability of this arrangement if the row consists four boys and three girls. Yeah, there are four boys and three girls. So, boys, let me take the first question. I am doing the first question. First boy, second boy, third boy. I am taking some gaps here because the question is you need to arrange them on alternative position. So B1, B2, B3, we have different boys like. So in the gaps, there must be a girl here. Sir, let us think about probability first. The required probability is favorable chances by total number of chances. Total number of chances. So there are four boys, three girls. Four plus three, total seven. Seven students can be arranged in seven factorial ways. Seven students can be arranged in seven fact. ఎలా అయినా arrange చేయొచ్చు సెవెన్ ఫ్యాక్టోరియల్ ఏం కండిషన్ లేకుండా. బట్ కండిషన్ ఏంటంటే బాయ్స్ అండ్ గర్ల్స్ షుడ్ బి ఆల్టర్నేటివ్. సో ఫోర్ బాయ్స్ కెన్ బి అరేంజ్డ్ ఇన్ దీస్ ఫోర్ ప్లేసెస్. ఈ ఫస్ట్ చైర్, ఈ థర్డ్ చైర్, ఈ ఫిఫ్త్ చైర్, ఈ సెవెంత్ చైర్, లెట్ us సపోజ్ లైక్ దిస్. ఇలా ఆల్టర్నేటివ్ ప్లేసెస్ చూపించా బాయ్స్ కి. ఈ ఫోర్ చైర్స్ లో మీరు ఎలా అయినా కూర్చోండి, నో ప్రాబ్లం ఎట్ ఆల్. సో ఇన్ ఫోర్ చైర్స్, ఫోర్ బాయ్స్ కెన్ బి అరేంజ్డ్ ఇన్ ఫోర్ ఫ్యాక్టోరియల్ వేస్. And in three chairs, three girls like G1, G2, G3. Three chairs, three girls are three factorial ways. So 4 factorial into 3 factorial by 7 factorial. Okay, I hope you can solve this. 4 factorial is nothing but 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, and 3 factorial is 3 to 1. And 7 factorial is 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This 4 factorial cancel. 3 2s are 6. 1 by 7 into 5, 1 by 35 is the answer. 1 by 35 means 0.02 approximately. Okay, my dear students, let us see the second question. Sir, the question is same, but now this time three boys and three girls. So B1, B2, B3. We have three boys. So 1, 2. and you have some more gaps like yes, see, this is also one gap actually. Yes. Then what do you say? Total 6 factorial, total 6 factorial, and in 3 boys 3 factorial, and 3 girls 3 factorial. Now see this question. A coin is tossed until head appears first time. The probability that the required number of tosses is odd. Actually, this is a question, but this question in future we can use this question as a formula, just like a formula. Understand the question. A coin is tossed until head appears. Until head. So head వచ్చేంత వరకు toss చేస్తూనే ఉంటాం. So the probability of required number of tosses is odd. So the required number of tosses should be odd. అంటే odd number of times మీరు toss చేయాలి. ఒక odd number of times అంటే ఏంటి సార్ అంటే 1 time or 3 times or 5 times or 7 times like this. Okay. So the required number of tosses are like 1, 3, 5, 7, so on like this. అంటే 7 times టాస్ చేస్తే నేను ఆపేయాలి. అంటే 7th టైమే నాకు హెడ్ రావాలి. అంతకు ముందు వరకు హెడ్ రాకూడదు. హెడ్ వస్తే ఆపేస్తాం కదా. ఓకే. ఫస్ట్ టైం I will try to write like this. The probability of first toss is the probability of first toss is so the probability of first time I am getting head, so the probability of getting head is 1 by 2. అంతే కదా, ఒక కాయిన్ టాస్ చేస్తే హెడ్ 1 ఛాన్స్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ టోటల్ ఛాన్సెస్ 2 probability of head, and the probability of getting second toss is not required. The question is odd number, so the probability of third toss, so the probability of third toss should be head. అంటే ఫస్ట్ టైం మీరు టాస్ చేసినప్పుడు టైల్ రావాలి, సెకండ్ టైం కూడా టైల్ రావాలి, అండ్ థర్డ్ టైం యూ నీడ్ టు గెట్ హెడ్. But here no problem because head and tail are equally likely events. Both are 1 by 2 only, no problem at all. So 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2, that is nothing but 1 by 2 cube, 1 by 2 whole cube or 1 by 2 cube like this. Okay, students, I hope you understood the logic. Now you understand the infinite series like this. The probability of getting first time toss is 1 by 2 plus the probability of third time getting toss is 1 by 2 cube plus the probability of fifth time getting is 1 by 2 power 5 1 by 2 power 5 and the seventh time is 1 by 2 power 7, so on like this. So this is the infinite series. From this infinite series, this series is in geometric progression. In geometric progression, sum of infinite terms, S infinity is equals to S infinity is A by 1 minus R. A first term, R is common ratio. So 1 by 2 divided by 1 minus R means T2 by T1. 1 by 2 cube by 2, that is 1 by 2, 1 by 2 square. That means 1 by 4. 1 by 4. So numerator is 1 by 2, denominator is 3 by 4. 3 by 4 becomes reciprocal. So 4 by 3. So final answer is 2 by 3. Okay, students. I hope everyone understood this. Now see the next question. What is the probability that Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma will have same birth month is? Same birth month. I am not asking birthday. I am asking birth month. Now let us take Virat Kohli first. Kohli can born in any month. So we have 12 months available. From these 12 months, he can born in any month. 12 chances out of 12 chances. Okay, so 12 by 12. So max probability 1. Next, coming to Anushka. So Anushka Sharma is, so let us suppose Kohli born in this month, రైట్ సో ఇప్పుడు నవంబర్లో వాడి బర్త్డే ఉందనుకోండి నవంబర్లో ఉంటే అనుష్క కూడా ఇంకా నవంబర్లోనే ఉండాలి తన బర్త్డే కూడా నవంబర్ మంత్ లోనే ఉండాలి సో సో దెర్ ఈస్ ఓన్లీ వన్ ఛాన్స్ ఫర్ అనుష్క అవుట్ ఆఫ్ 12 ఛాన్సెస్ అదర్వైజ్ దిస్ కండిషన్ ఈస్ నాట్ సాటిస్ఫైడ్ విరాట్ కోహ్లీ అండ్ అనుష్క శర్మ విల్ హ్యావ్ సేమ్ బర్త్ మంత్. Can I make it clear? The probability of Kohli and Anushka chances are Kohli, first person can born any 1 month out of 12 months, but the second person must born on the same month or like first person. Dependent event. The first event influences the second event. Answer is 1 by 12. Okay, my dear students. Now let us move to the next concept, that is conditional probability. Conditional probability. What is this conditional probability? P of A by B is equals to P of A intersection B by P of B. What is meant by P of A by B? The probability of A by B is nothing but the probability of event A after happening the event B. Just now you saw the question. What is the probability of Anushka when there is no influence of Kohli? Her probability will be 12 by 12. But influence of Kohli, it will become 1 by 12. So P of A by B is equals to probability of happening an event A after happening an event B. Denominator is always first year. Probability of X by Y. Probability of X by Y means probability of X after happening Y. వై డినామినేటర్ ఈవెంట్ ఫస్ట్ జరుగుతుంది అది జరిగిన తర్వాత ఈ ఈవెంట్ మీద ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఉంటుంది సో ద ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ బి బై ఏ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో సేమ్ సో ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ బి ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ ఏ డివైడెడ్ బై పి ఆఫ్ ఏ ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ ఏ అండ్ ద ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ బి బై ఏ ఈజ్ ద ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ happening an event B after happening the event A. And P of A is nothing but marginal probability of A, and P of B is known as joint probability of both A and B. Yeah, P of B is also marginal probability. Join means P of A intersection B. It's not P of B. P of A intersection B. Yes. And see this part, P of A by B, first part I am taking P of A by B is equals to P of A intersection B divided by P of B. So if you take cross multiplication, P of A intersection B is here. The P of A intersection B is equals to P of B into P of A by B. And if you take the second part also, you will get same. P of A into P of B by A. Marginal probability. When you are talking about P of X by Y, the probability of X after happening the event Y. And we have multiplication theorem. P of A intersection B is equals to P of A into P of B. In place of P of A, I can write the events like this. P of A into P of B, if I write this part, in place of P of A intersection B, if I write P of A, P of B, then P of A is equals to P of A by B. That means the marginal probability is equals to the conditional probability. Yes. B అనే ఈవెంట్ జరిగిన తర్వాత ఏ ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఎంత, అట్లాగే యూజువల్ గా బి జరిగినా జరగకపోయినా ఏ ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఎంత, మార్జినల్ ప్రాబబిలిటీ వితౌట్ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఆఫ్ బి, బట్ బోత్ బికమ్ ఈక్వల్ ఇన్ ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఈవెంట్స్. అవును కదా, ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఈవెంట్ అంటే బి ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ ఏ మీద ఉండదు, ఏ ఇన్ఫ్లుయెన్స్ బి మీద ఉండదు. అప్పుడు బి జరిగిన తర్వాత ఏ కి ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఎంత అన్నా, యూజువల్ గా ఏ ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఎంత అన్న రెండు ఒకటే, రెండు సేమ్ అవుతాయి, బికాస్ దే ఆర్ ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఈవెంట్స్. ఇన్ ఇండిపెండెంట్ ఈవెంట్ పి ఆఫ్ ఏ ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ బి కెన్ బి రైట్ యాజ్ పి ఆఫ్ ఏ ఇంటూ పి ఆఫ్ బి. అండ్ యూ టేక్ వన్ పార్ట్, ఇది కానీ ఏదో ఒకటి తీసుకొని పి ఆఫ్ బిని క్యాన్సిల్ చేశారనుకోండి, పి ఆఫ్ ఏ ఈక్వల్ అవుతుంది. లేదు ఇది తీసుకొని పి ఆఫ్ ఏని క్యాన్సిల్ చేస్తే పి ఆఫ్ బి ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు పి ఆఫ్ ఏ బై బి అవుతుంది. ఎనీవే ఇట్ షుడ్ బి సేమ్. If the events are independent, then the marginal probability is equal to the conditional probability. Because conditional probability says that after happening some condition, P of x by y, what is P of x by y? After y, then x. But x ki y ki ఏమి డిపెండెన్స్ లేదు, then no problem at all. P of x by y is equals to, you can call it as P of x by applying multiplication theorem. This is the just representation by using our set theory also. This is A, this is B, and this is A intersection B. This is A intersection B. ఒక చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూద్దామా. ఫర్ సపోజ్ వీ హ్యావ్ ఏ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు సెట్ ఆఫ్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ 1 2 3 1 2 3 4, and B is equals to set of 4 5 6. Yes. Then A intersection B. A intersection B is common of both A and B. That is element 4. So what do you say? A is having different elements like 1 2 3 4. Out of 1 2 3 4, 4 is the common element. So 4 ikkada ostadi. 4 will be here. And remaining 1 2 3 here. And 5 6 are B alone. 5 6. మీరు వెన్ డయాగ్రామ్ చూడండి లేకపోతే ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూడండి, దట్స్ యువర్ విష్, నో ప్రాబ్లమ్ ఎట్ ఆల్. Probability of happening A only. What is A only? A only is nothing but A minus B. A minus B అంటే A లో మాత్రమే ఉండేవి, that is 1 2 3 only. So they can say that P of A minus P of A intersection B. Yes, this is P of A. This part is P of A. And P of A intersection B, ఈ part ని remove చేస్తారు. Then you can get A only. A only. Or you can also say that A intersection B complement. B complement is nothing but not B. P of A only is nothing but P of A intersection B complement. If you want to know about B only, sir, what is B only? B only is nothing but B minus A. B minus A means B minus A, that is 5 comma 6. 5 comma 6 area. So from this total B, I need to subtract A intersection B. So P of B minus P of A intersection B, or you can say that B intersection A complement. B intersection A complement. That is B alone. A and B is very clear. A intersection B is 4. So that is probability of A intersection B. Neither A nor B. So that means the element should not present in A, should not present in B. So you can take some mu. మీరు ఇక్కడ వెన్ డయాగ్రామ్ తీసుకొని మ్యూ తీసుకుంటే ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ 1 2 3 4 5 6 ఎలిమెంట్స్ యూ ఆల్రెడీ టేకెన్ let us take some more elements like 7 8 9. If you ask me the question, general question, A complement intersection B complement. సో ఏలో ఉండకూడదు బిలో ఉండకూడదు ఏ బి కాకుండా ఉన్న ఎలిమెంట్స్ 7 8 9 దీస్ థింగ్స్ ఐ విల్ గెట్ సో మ్యూ మైనస్ ఆఫ్ ఏ యూనియన్ బి హోల్ కాంప్లిమెంట్ yes just like De Morgan's law. Yeah, that is just a pictorial representation of our probability. Actual questions on this conditional probability. Now let us see this. See this question. Yeah, there are two dice. Two dice are rolled. Let R denotes the sum of the numbers. Sum of the numbers appearing on both dice. Then calculate. Okay, try to understand first. So you rolled two dice. When two dice are rolled, you have different chances. 6 into 6, 36 chances are there. But to frame the different questions, I just taken a letter that is R. R is sum of the numbers appearing on both dice. సో ఫస్ట్ డైస్ మీద 2 పడింది అనుకోండి సెకండ్ డై మీద 3 పడింది అనుకోండి అప్పుడు ఆర్ వాల్యూ ఎంత అవుతుంది 2 + 3 దట్ ఈస్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు 5. సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద క్వశ్చన్ దే ఫ్రేమ్. First question is the probability that R should be more than 6. Some 6 కంటే ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి. Some may be 6 or 7 or 8 or something like that. Okay. Now I want to take some picture here. So when two dice are rolled, so there are different chances like 1 1 1 2 2 1. There are different chances. Now sum should be more than 6. So sum should be more than 6 means it is better to take some representation. Up to now I have taken just t n of s. n of s అని అందులో ఉన్న ఎలిమెంట్సే రాసాం. n of s కాకుండా ఇప్పుడు నేను s రాస్తాను. s is nothing but sample space. Yeah, that means actual possibilities. సార్ మీరు 2 డైస్ వేస్తే మీకు ఫస్ట్ డైస్ మీద 1 రావచ్చు, సెకండ్ డైస్ మీద కూడా 1 రావచ్చు. 1 1 is one possibility, 1 2. So if I have a clear picture like this, then I can answer all the questions. 1 4 1 5 1 6. First dice మీద 1 పడింది, second dice మీద 6 పడింది. So this is the meaning. And coming to the second, 2 1 2 2 2 3 2 4 2 5 2 6. Coming to 3 3 1 3 2. To cover all the questions on 2 dice, I am taking this. For this particular question, no need to take all this. You can answer it in easy way. But I want to cover all the models by using this small example. That's why I'm taking elaborately 4 1 4 2 4 3 4 4 4 5 4 6. Next, if we take 5 5 1 5 2 5 3 5 4 5 5 5 6 6 1 6 2 6 3 6 4 6 5 6 6. Yeah, students, these are the possibilities. So the total number of chances we are writing like this. The total number of chances P is equals to N of S is equals to number of elements in sample space. First die మీద 6 chances itla. Second dice మీద 6 chances itla. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 into 6, 6 square, that is 36. This is the actual meaning of 36. Okay, sir. Number of chances, okay. But the question is sum, sir. Sum should be greater than 6. Sum ఎక్కడ 6 కంటే ఎక్కువ వస్తుంది. So when on the first die, if you got 1, 5 వచ్చినా కూడా sum 6, but you can take 1, 6. 1, 6 is one chance. 1, 6 with 2, you have two chances like 2, 5, 2, 6. With 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. With 4, 4 chances. With 5, 5 chances. With 6, all chances. So let us count this. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, 10 plus 5, 15, and 15 plus 6, 21. So the probability of getting sum greater than 6 is 21 by 36. Favorable chances by total number of chances. That is answer. Okay. So from this table, I want to list out another thing. So I will try to write all possibilities. So this is R. This is R means sum. What is probability of X is equals to R? Two dice వేస్తే minimum sum 2 పడుతుంది. Next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, and 12. So now I want to take the probability of getting number 2. When two dice are rolled, what is the probability of getting sum 2? Sir, sum 2 వచ్చే chances only one chance, sir. అది ఇదొక్కటే. 1 out of 36. 1 by 36. Sum 3 వచ్చే chances. Sum 3 వచ్చే chances 1, 2 and 2, 1. That's it. Two chances, 2 by 36. Sum 4 వచ్చే chances. 3 chances, 3 by 36. Sum 5 వచ్చే chances. 4 by 36. Sum 6. Sum 6. 5 by 36. If you have any doubt, I will show that 6. And sum 7. Sir, sum 7 వచ్చే chances ఏమున్నాయి sir? 1, 6, 2, 5, 3, 4, 4, 3, 5, 2, 6, 1. 6 plus 1 is 7. So getting some chances 7, some 7 రావడానికి chances ఈ 6 chances. So 6 by 36. Getting some 8 will be 5 by 36. It's going to be decreased now. 6 వరకు increase అవుతుంది. Next decrease 5 by 36. Next 4 by 36. 3 by 36. 2 by 36. 1 by 36. So indirectly I covered all these models. Sir, when two dice are rolled, what is the probability of getting some 6? 5 by 36. Sum 7, 6 by 36. 7 వరకు increment. After from 8 onwards decrement. 8 5 chances, 9 4 chances, 10 3 chances. Just sum 13 వచ్చేటట్టు. Okay, this is the table. This table is helpful to you to solve the other questions. But actually, in this problem, what is our exact question? Next question is probability of r by 3 is an integer. Okay, what is the probability of r by 3 is an integer? R by 3 is an integer means when r is divided with 3, it should be an integer. That means the number should be divisible by 3. So the probability of r by 3 is an integer means sum 3 తో డివైడ్ అవ్వాలి. సో సమ్ ఎప్పుడు 3 తో డివైడ్ అవుతుంది. So if sum is equals to 3, happily it is divisible. If sum your r is equals to 6, then also it is divisible. If your r is equals to sum is equals to 9, then also it is divisible. I am just writing 3 table. 3, 6, 9, 12. If sum is equals to 12, then in that case also it is divisible by, yeah, if sum is 15, in that case also it is divisible, but 15 రాదు కదా. రెండు డైస్ విసిరితే మాక్సిమం వచ్చేది మీకు 12 కదా. 12 కంటే ఎక్కువ రాదు. Sir, we already solved this. Probability of getting 3 is 2 by 36. Okay, I want to write answers now. Probability of getting sum is 2 by 36 and sum 6 is 5 by 36. Sum 9 is 4 by 36. అంతే కదా, 9 plus 4 is 13. And 12 is 12 plus 1 13, 1 by 36. 13 అంటే just that is just for your remembrance. మీకు 8కి ఎన్ని ఛాన్సెస్ వస్తాయి? 8కి ఎంత యాడ్ చేస్తే 13 వస్తుంది? 8కి 13 కాంప్లిమెంట్ ఏంటి? 8 plus 5. Yeah, 5 by 36. That's it. 7 తర్వాత up to 7 just minus 1. So answer will be 2 plus 5, 7, 11, 12, 12 by 36, that is 1 by 3. Okay, my dear students, these are general questions, but let us take the conditional probability question. This is conditional probability. Third question is conditional probability. What is this conditional probability says? Probability of r is equals to 8, sum should be 8, and r by 4 is an integer. That means the probability of A by B is nothing but probability of A intersection B and divided by probability of B. I hope you remember the conditional probability. Let me revise it one more time. Yeah, take a note here. Probability of A by B. Probability of A intersection B by probability of B. So the probability of happening an event A after happening B. B denominator జరిగిన తర్వాత numerator event కి వెళ్ళాలి. So in that case, now we have see the question again. R is equals to 8, R by 4 is an integer. This is my third question. Probability of R is equals to 8 divided by R by 4 is an integer. So this is in the form of P of A by B. So you can say that P of A intersection B. P of A intersection B means first event should be happen and second event should be commonly happen. That is the probability of R is equals to 8 and R by 4 is an integer. So conditional probability or joint probability. R by 4 is an integer divided by P of A intersection B divided by P of B. P of B means probability of R by 4 is an integer. probability of r by 4 is an integer. Okay, first denominator చేద్దాం. Sir, r by 4 is an integer means r is sum, sir. So when r by 4 becomes an integer, if r is equals to 4 and r is equals to 8 and r is equals to 12, these are the cases. 16 not possible. And the common event for both these things is r is equals to 8 and r by 4 is an integer. ఈ రెండిట్లో కామన్ గా ఉన్న ఈవెంట్ r is equals to 8. So numerator is P of r is equals to 8. Do you accept this? Because r is equals to 8, r by 4 is an integer. R by 4 an integer ante 3 possibilities. Or 3 possibilities లో A intersection B common A intersection B is r is equals to 8. Okay, so r is equals to 8 అయినప్పుడు sum 8 అయినప్పుడు 4 తో డివైడ్ అవుతుంది. So it satisfies both conditions. It's r A just like A intersection B. Okay, now remember. So r by 4 is an integer. Sum 4 రావడానికి ఎన్ని ఛాన్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి? Sum 4 అంటే 3 ఛాన్సెస్. 3 by 36. Sum 8 రావడానికి 5 by 36. Sum 12 అంటే only one chance, 1 by 36. And your numerator is probability of r is equals to 8. Probability of r is equals to 8 is 5 by 36. Same as it is, 5 by 36. Sir, numerator is 5 by 36. What about denominator? Denominator 8, 8 plus 1, 9, 9 by 36. 9 by 36 becomes reciprocal 36 by 9. And your 36 is going to be cancelled. 5 by 9 is the answer. Yeah, this is, my dear students, this is the way of conditional probability. And see the next question also in conditional probability. You have some other question like r is equals to 9, r by 5 is an integer. Try this. I just write the question, you try this. My next question is probability of r is equals to 9 divided by r by 5 is an integer. Sir, to solve this question, r is equals to P of A intersection B model it is. P of A intersection B divided by P of B. P of A by B is equals to P of A intersection B. That means probability of r is equals to 9 and r by 5 is an integer. R 9 అవుతూ r by 5 integer possible అవుతుందా అసలు? Divided by probability of r by 5 is an integer. Probability of r by 5 is an integer. Sir, let us think about denominator first. R is equals to r by 5 is an integer means, sir, if r is equals to 5, it will be integer. If r is equals to 10, in that case also integer. If r is equals to 15, also integer, but the 15 is not possible when two dice are rolled. ఇప్పుడు ఈ రెండిట్లో r is equals to 9 కామన్ గా లేదు కదా. r 9 అవ్వాలంట, 5 తో డివైడ్ అవ్వాలంట. It's impossible. Probability will be 0. So answer to this question will be 0. Yeah, students, respond. All of you understood this conditional probability questions. If you have any doubt, text me once. I will repeat the question. ఈ 2 questions లో ఏమైనా రిపీట్ చేయాలా, ఫాలో అయ్యారా? Respond yourself. I am waiting for your message. Yes, Meghana said clear, sir. What about other students? Do you got the concepts? Is it clear to you, everyone? Okay, okay, Praveen, okay, Divya, okay, Rajesh. Okay. I hope everyone understood. I will proceed to the next model. Yeah, and this is our next question. Two dice are rolled, the probability that sum is neither 8 nor 9. Sum should not be 8 and sum should not be 9. Sir, before answering this, you leave this neither first. Let us proceed in right way first. What is probability of getting some 8? Usually some 8 we write S is equals to 8. Let me write R is equals to 8 because in the last question I have taken R. Probability of R is equals to 8. Sum is 8 means when two dice are rolled 5 by 36. And the probability of getting sum 9 is 4 by 36. Right. So, but you are saying that it is neither 8, neither 9. So that is the probability of neither 8 nor 9. Neither 8 nor 9. So it is A union B whole complement. Probability of A union B whole complement. Neither 8 nor 9. 8 పడకూడదు 9 కూడా పడకూడదు. That is 1 minus of probability of 8 or 9. 8 union 9. That is 1 minus of what is 8 union 9. So let us find out in some rough place. I want to take 8 union 9. 8 union 9 means probability of getting 8, 5 by 36. I am applying addition theorem. A union B, A plus B minus A intersection B. 8 రావడానికి probability 5 by 36. 9 రావడానికి probability 4 by 36. 4 by 36. Minus A intersection B. There is no intersection. అంటే 8 9 రెండు రావు కదా సో రెండు ఎట్ ఏ టైం రావు కదా సైమల్టేనియస్ గా సో ఇట్ ఈస్ 9 by 36. 9 by 36 that is 1 by 4. So 1 minus 1 by 4 that is 3 by 4. Some 8 గాని 9 గాని రావడానికి ఛాన్సెస్ 1 by 4. 8 రాకూడదు 9 రాకూడదు అంటే 3 by 4. Okay, very fine. And try this question. Try this question and give me answer. A bag contains 4 white balls, 3 red balls. In succession. Succession means one after the other. In successive way. First ball, second ball, like that. So in succession, two balls are randomly selected and removed from the box. Given that the first removed ball is white ball, so first one is confirmed. What is the probability that the second removed ball is red? ఫస్ట్ ది ఆల్రెడీ వైట్ వచ్చేసింది, ఇంకా సెకండ్ ది రెడ్ రావడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఏంటి? Yeah, these model questions are very important. Sir, there are 4 white balls. Sir, there are 4 white balls and 3 red balls here. In succession, you are taking one by one. So first ball is already white. You already taken one white ball. Then the remaining white balls are 3 white balls are available, and the reds are 3 reds only. No change in red. సో ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఒక బాల్ తీయడానికి వెళ్తున్నారు. ద ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ గెటింగ్ ద సెకండ్ బాల్ మస్ట్ బి రెడ్. ఓకే, సో ఫస్ట్ డినామినేటర్ డిసైడ్ చేయండి. సో డినామినేటర్, సార్ ఐ ఆమ్ టేకింగ్ 1 ball from 6 balls. 1 ball from 6 balls. At this moment, given that the first ball is white ball, it is already over. You need to start from here onwards. What is the probability that the second removed ball is red? So you are taking 1 ball from 6 balls, so there are 6 chances, or you can say 6C1, no problem at all. So 6C1, in that 6C1 chances, in that 6 chances, favorable cases are red. I want red ball. Red means 3 chances. 3C1. మీకు 6 balls ఉన్నాయి, అందులో రెడ్ రావడానికి 3 chances ఉన్నాయి. So 3/6, 3/6 is nothing but 1/2. Okay, I will give another tricky question on coins. So in today's class, we solved problems on coins and cards, and we discussed dice, different model questions we discussed. Usual ga probability lo undevi ee models hai. Problems on coins, problems on dice, and problems on cards, and general problems like balls, and sometimes they can touch the calendar question like 53 Sundays, 54 Sundays, like this. So such model questions. Okay, 2 coins are tossed. If at least one of the outcome is known to be head, one of the outcome is known to be head, then what is the probability that both outcomes are head? Sir, you just first focus on denominator. When 2 coins are tossed, 2 coins are tossed, total number of chances is equals to n of s is equals to ఫస్ట్ కాయిన్ మీద 2 chances ఉంటాయి, హెడ్ టైల్. ఇలా కాయిన్ ఉంటుంది కదా, కాయిన్ కి హెడ్ టైల్. సెకండ్ కాయిన్ మీద కూడా 2 chances. 2 into 2, 2 2s are 4. 4 chances. What are that 4 chances? సార్, ఐ కెన్ టెల్ యూ ద క్లియర్ శాంపిల్ స్పేస్ టు యూ. నేను ఇంతవరకు క్వశ్చన్ ని ఫోకస్ చేయలా. క్వశ్చన్ ని ఫోకస్ చేయకుండా శాంపిల్ స్పేస్ నే ఫోకస్ చేస్తున్నాను. మీరు శాంపిల్ స్పేస్ ని ఎప్పుడైతే ప్రాబబిలిటీలో డినామినేటర్ మీద ఎప్పుడైతే ఫోకస్ చేస్తారో, ప్రాబబిలిటీ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఎ ఫ్రాక్షన్, f/t. when t is very clear to you, automatically you will get f, and 50% of the solution will complete, and you can eliminate 2 options in examination. 4 options లో 2 options నువ్వు ఎలిమినేట్ చేసేయవచ్చు, నీకు డినామినేటర్ లో నువ్వు పర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఉంటే. ఇవి ఆన్సర్స్ కాదు అని చెప్పేయచ్చు. సార్, S is equals to set of sample spaces. So both can be heads. 2 coins మీద హెడ్ పడొచ్చు. ఫస్ట్ కాయిన్ మీద హెడ్ పడి తర్వాత దాని మీద టైల్ పడొచ్చు, ఆర్ ఇట్ మే బి టైల్ హెడ్ ఆర్ నో హెడ్, బోత్ ఆర్ టైల్స్. దీస్ ఆర్ ద 4 chances. ఈ 4 chances నే మీరు టీ అంటున్నారు. ఓకే, ఫైన్. అండ్ నౌ మై క్వశ్చన్ ఇస్, Here they are saying that if at least one of the outcome is known to be head, అవుట్కమ్స్ లో ఒకటి హెడ్ ఉండాలంట. అంటే ఈ శాంపిల్ స్పేస్ కాదు, ఈ ప్రాబ్లం లో శాంపిల్ స్పేస్ ఇలా ఉంది. ఎలా ఉందంటే రెండు టైల్స్ ఉన్న కేసు లేదు. సో హెడ్, one of the outcome is head is compulsory, one of the outcome is head, then what is the probability that both outcomes are heads? So both outcomes are head is only one chance out of three chances, 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Very, very simple. Easily you can get the score in probability, but you need logical thinking. If you are good in that, definitely you can solve the question. See this one. A person on a journey has a choice between public transport and private car. Out of this, the probability of using private car is 0.45. While using the public transport, there are two chances. Oh, I think ఇది will కాదు while అయి ఉంటది. While using public transport, there are two choices. Public transport, further choices are available like bus and metro. Out of this, the probability of committing bus is 0.55, and what is the probability of using car, bus, metro? So you just focus on one question first. What is the probability of using car? Let us try this one. సో మీరు హైదరాబాద్లో హైదరాబాద్లోనో బెంగళూరులోనో ఉన్నారు. జస్ట్ మీరు ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ యూజ్ చేస్తున్నారు. మీకు రెండు చాయిస్లు ఉన్నాయి. పబ్లిక్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్లో వెళ్ళొచ్చు, అలాగే ప్రైవేట్ కార్ క్యాబ్ తీసుకొని వెళ్ళొచ్చు. ఓకే, క్యాబ్ తీసుకోవడానికి పాసిబిలిటీ 0.45. పబ్లిక్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ అంటే మీరు ఆర్టీసీ బస్సులో వెళ్ళొచ్చు, మెట్రో ట్రైన్లో వెళ్ళొచ్చు. బస్సు, మెట్రో. బస్సు మీరు కమిట్ అవ్వడానికి ఛాన్సెస్ 0.55. పబ్లిక్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ అని మీరు డిసైడ్ అయిన తర్వాత బస్కి 0.55. దెన్ వాట్ అబౌట్ కార్ అండ్ అదర్ థింగ్స్ దే ఆర్ ఆస్కింగ్. Okay, sir, I am doing some journey here. So in my journey, there are two ways. One is public transport and second one is private car. So this is public transport and this is private car. Committing public transport chances, public కాదు, car chances 0.45. Sir, what is the meaning of 0.45? 0.45 is nothing but 45 by 100. మీరు 100 టైమ్స్ జర్నీ చేస్తే 100 టైమ్స్లో 45 టైమ్స్ క్యాబ్ యూజ్ చేస్తారు. అంటే రిమైనింగ్ 55 టైమ్స్ పబ్లిక్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్లో వెళ్తారు. సో ఇఫ్ కార్ probability is 0.45, then public transport will be 0.55. Next, coming to the public transport, so there are two further choices. One is bus and another one is metro train. So committing for bus is 0.55. So what is the meaning of 0.55? Sir, 0.55 means 55 by 100. So you don't see this one, you just see here only. మీరు పబ్లిక్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్లో ఒక 100 టైమ్స్ ట్రావెల్ చేస్తుంటే 55 టైమ్స్ బస్సులోనే వెళ్తారు. సో అప్పుడు మెట్రోకి వెళ్ళేది 45.45. So if this picture is clear, then you can easily solve the question. సో ఇక్కడ మనం కార్ చేసేది ఏముండదు, బస్ చేద్దాం. సో we want to try for the bus. the probability of selecting bus is, sir, if you want to come to the probability of committing bus means, first you need to come to public transport, probability of public transport and the probability of committing bus. So the probability of committing public transport is 0.55 into, and the probability of bus is bus again 0.55. Yes, 0.55. So you will get some answer here. Now, the probability of committing for metro, the probability for committing metro is, sir, if you want to take metro, then first you should select public transport. మీరు ఈరోజు పబ్లిక్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ లో వెళ్ళాలని డిసైడ్ అవ్వాలి. పబ్లిక్ ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ లో కూడా బస్ కాకుండా మెట్రో అని డిసైడ్ అవ్వాలి. So getting public transport chances are 0.55 probability, and then getting metro chances are 0.45. So you will get some answer here. And this question, probability of car is clearly available in the question itself, 0.45. No need to solve anything. So what this answer will be? Let's see this answer. So this should be 0.3025. And this is 0.2475. 0.24, 0.30. That's enough. That's enough. Is it okay, students? All of you understood hierarchical probability? Respond, students. All of you understood this? Yes, sir. Okay. Okay, very fine. Next, I will give one homework question. You just take this question and try yourself. Yeah, this is another previous GATE examination question. So take this question and try to solve this. I will also check the question once. Aishwarya studies either CSE or math. Yes. Aishwarya studies either CSE or math. So in examination, they given the question like that only. CS and math. If she studies CS, on the day, the probability of studying math on the next day is 0.6. ఈరోజు కంప్యూటర్ సైన్స్ సబ్జెక్ట్ చదివిందనుకో, రేపు మ్యాథ్స్ సబ్జెక్ట్ ఓపెన్ చేయడానికి probability 0.6. If she studies math on a day, then the probability of studying CSE on the next day is 0.4. ఈరోజు సండే రోజు మ్యాథ్స్ సబ్జెక్ట్ చదివితే నెక్స్ట్ డే సిఎస్ సబ్జెక్ట్ చదవడానికి probability 0.4. Okay. Given that Aishwarya studied CS on Monday roju CS chadivindi, this over. Then what is the probability that she studies CS on Wednesday? On Wednesday. Let's see anyone can answer this question. Okay, my dear students, I hope everyone understood today's topics. So in probability, we can do some more level questions on the next week also. We can go for Bayes theorems and distributions and such concepts. Excuse me, students, please mute yourself. Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone. And if you have any doubt, you can text me now in today's session. Now I am leaving the meeting. If you, I will wait for 1 minute. If anyone have doubt, you please ask me. Otherwise, I will close the session. Please text me if you need any repetition in any example. Okay. Okay, students, can I leave the meet now? Okay, I already given, and still if you have any doubt, you please text me. Okay, students, bye.